everybody. Oh, it's not turning around. Oh, there we go. Now you can see me. So I'm going to try and do this way so that I can have my hands free. Hello, thank you for joining. Welcome. I'm actually doing my meal prep for the week. As I told you 2 days ago, I went and did a big food haul from Sprouts, and now I'm going to just be prepping everything that I'm going to be cooking this week. Hi. So I'm not going to take you over to my calendar because I have my phone plugged in, and I set myself up so that I can have hands free and talk to you guys and answer questions about what I'm going to be eating. So I'm going to be cutting up a lot of bell peppers, a lot of carrots. I'm going to be showing you how I prep my dates and my strawberries. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, so I'm probably going to be looking down quite a bit of the time, but I'll keep looking up so that I can answer questions. Thanks. I will be answering questions about the 10-day shred that I'm going to be starting July 5th. I'll be answering questions about the 30-day reset that I'm also going to be doing. About a year ago, I changed a lot of the lifestyle that we have, and we're eating whole foods. It's not Whole30. Someone asked me that on the last Periscope that I did. It's not Whole30. It looks a lot like Whole30, but it's not, because like you say, I don't believe in diets. I believe in whole foods. So we eat a lot of fruits and veggies. That's what I'm going to talk about, actually. So what I was eating before is what people call the standard American diet. Most people eat it. It's a lot of processed foods, and we cut all of that out. We don't eat processed white sugar, processed white flour. We don't eat a lot of different stuff. That's the baby and the man in the back right there. I have a giant bag of carrots. That's my snacks and something that I prep. We get bags of bananas from Costco so that we have snacks. We have avocados. I have a bag of those from Costco. I have zucchinis. I have the giant bag of spinach. I'm in California. I have a giant bag of spinach that I get from Costco. I put in everything. I have a quinoa that I will be cooking and prepping for this week. I have a giant box of strawberries. This is actually the second one. I'm actually in Central California. So SoCal is like below Bakersfield. NorCal is like above, I would say, Merced. And I'm in the middle. I'm right between the two. I have a giant bag of cabbage, red cabbage. I put that in a lot of things too. And then I have red, orange, and yellow bell peppers. So we snack on those. So that's basically what we do. Someone did ask if it was Whole30 last time, and Whole30 doesn't allow you to do legumes, so no beans of any sort. I make my own chili, I make my own peanut butter, I make my own jam. That's what the strawberries are for. And I make a lot of my own stuff. Yes, legumes. Those are peanuts, beans like pinto beans, black beans, things like that. So I am going to get chopping. My favorite knife to use is this Santoku knife. This one is a 5-inch. I used to have a 6-inch one, but it wasn't as good, so I just keep this one around now. So I do have 2 heads of... I see you watching, and I appreciate you watching. I think you're the only one at the moment, but I have a lot of repeat watchers that come after because they can't get on when I'm doing it in the middle of the evening on Sundays, which I understand. So I'm going to, with these guys, once I can get them undone, I just take them. What's the dish? I am going to be prepping for what I call veggie quinoa. It's basically roasted vegetables and quinoa and spices. I use a lot of nutritional yeast to add some nutrition into it, some of the B vitamins that you kind of miss out on. Veggie quinoa. And then I'm also going to be prepping for one that I call mac and veggie. So it's like mac and cheese, only I use vegetables for the base and for the what would be the cheese sauce. And I'm prepping for, what else? Hold on, let me look. It's going to end up being just a giant salad. So on my calendar it says soup. Yes, I'm prepping all of these for my family. So what you'll see is what we use for what our whole family would eat. So I have my husband, my 3-year-old, and then I have a 2-month-old, so she's not really eating right now. So I would be doing soup, but we're gonna do a salad instead. And then I also am going to do a potato salad, like a warm potato salad, instead of a potato soup, which was the other thing that was on there. I didn't do a roasted vegetable dish that would normally go into potato soup. Thank you. So, and then I'm also prepping peanut butter, which I'm just making my Vitamix. You literally toss it in here, hit blend, and go all the way up in a matter of 2 minutes from 1 to 10, and it becomes creamy peanut butter, and it's delicious. So I'll be doing that as well. So major cooking Sunday it is. We do a lot of stuff Sunday morning with church, with the kids, and then I come home, we eat, and then I get into cooking. I had to go get stuff to store all of my prep work in today, so it didn't start earlier. Otherwise, I would have been doing this about 3 o'clock. Thanks. So here's my first red leaf lettuce. They're kind of smaller. I got it at Sprouts, so I got 2 of them, and they were on sale, so I wasn't gonna be too picky. I just cut the end off and then cut it in half, cut those in half, and then I chop it up. That's all I do when I prep my salad. And then this will go in half of this and half spinach. So that's gonna be the base for my salad. And then you'll see red cabbage or purple cabbage. You'll see carrots go into it. You'll see the peppers go into it. I put usually garbanzo beans in it. I use coconut oil. It's a very healthy oil for you. A lot of people use olive oil, and olive oil is fine, except for it's a very fatty fat, if that makes sense. Coconut oil has a lot more in it that's good for you. So we use coconut oil. I actually put coconut oil in my smoothies. Just put a couple tablespoons in when I'm making it. I'll make if I have almonds, I'll put a handful of almonds in the powder. Yeah, coconut oil. Well, a lot of people are going to say coconut oil because it's just one of the best oils that you can use. You can use it, I use it on my skin when I'm super dry. Like, I live in a very dry climate. I'm in California, Central California. We're a desert. And so when I get super dry, I'll just put it on my skin because it absorbs really well. So you can use it in so many different things. It's so good for you. I could go on and on about coconut oil, but I'm prepping food. So that's what I'm concentrating on. I just cut it up into the strips like this. It will be another, probably one that I do during my 10-day shred. I've gotten a lot of questions about that because I did do a little bit about what I was going to be doing, and people were like, oh, what's the 10-day shred? 10-day shred. It's 10 days, and right now we eat, if you've looked at any of my other Periscopes or if you've looked at my Instagram, you can find me, Manda D Panda. Thanks for all the hearts. Manda D Panda is my Instagram. But you see that we eat a fairly close to, it's basically lacto-ovo vegetarian. We don't eat a lot of meat. We just don't. It's not that, we have any big, strong feelings about it. It's just, I feel better when I don't eat meat. If you are really interested to hear somebody else's opinion about meat, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually is giving up meat based on what his doctors have told him. They told him he needed to give up meat to save his own life. And he did, and he said that he feels amazing doing it. So, it's not something that's about the animals for him. It's about, Arnold Schwarzenegger. January Harsh's husband had a whole bunch on his Instagram about it. So we eat lacto-ovo. So we'll have yogurt. We do Greek yogurt because of the higher protein and less sugar. We do plain Greek yogurt and then add whatever to it. We will do eggs. So I eat hard-boiled eggs. We have scrambled eggs. Sometimes we'll do fried eggs in coconut oil. But we generally just don't eat a lot of meat. That's what we do. So I have a lot of just recipes that are vegetarian, and the 10-day shred takes it a step further and takes out all dairy and all gluten. We're fairly gluten-free right now. So we've already made that transition pretty much. So I just won't be eating any gluten which is something I try to avoid anyway, and I won't be eating any dairy. So the picture that I posted yesterday is just a big bowl. It's this size bowl. It's one of my Pyrex bowls, but it's this size Pyrex bowl. And this is the, I can't read it because it's, which one is this? It says 05, so I have no idea which one it is. But it's that size Pyrex bowl, and I just had it full of spinach and red cabbage, and then I put a little bit of the gluten-free granola that I have, and it was delicious. It was just a big bowl of delicious, and that's probably going to be my lunches quite a bit. But so the 10-day shred is 2 of the shakes that I do a day, and then no gluten, no dairy, working out at least 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week, I think it is, and no food after 6, which I'm going to have to kind of take a little bit of leeway on that because I am a nursing mom. I need to have more food through the evening because she does still eat. Because she's so young, she eats in the middle of the night. So I can't do that and have my blood sugar and blood pressure stay stabilized and have that be healthy for me. So I will be doing a blog post on blood sugar and things like that because I did have some really big changes that happened when I changed from what we were eating. Oh, the other thing that I was going to tell you, because it wasn't just what we were eating, it was what I was doing. I got a Fitbit, and I actually started by using my phone instead of a Fitbit, but I would track how many steps I had, and I would try to do at least 10,000 steps a day. The American Heart Association recommends that. And my mom passed away from heart failure, so I'm trying to keep my heart healthy. But the about 10,000 steps a day is about 5 miles. So I started trying to do that, drinking at least half a gallon, if not a whole gallon, and now I'm up to probably about 1.5 gallons of water a day. Sleeping at least 7 hours, which when I got pregnant became a little harder, a little more difficult, and now, like I said, she eats at least once during the night, so it's a little bit more difficult to sleep 7 hours stretches, but at least 7 hours in an evening. So sleeping that much, and then what was the other one? Being active for at least 30 to 90 minutes most days. The shakes. So this is Juice Plus Complete. It's a vegan, non-dairy, gluten-free, low glycemic index, high fiber protein. What's in it is, there is soy protein in it, but it is a non-GMO water wash soy instead of a GMO acid processed soy, which when you acid process soy and it's a GMO, it takes all the good stuff out of the soy and basically makes it a carcinogen. So you don't want to eat that stuff. You want to be really careful what soy you do eat. But the protein in here is low processed soy, chickpea, pea, rice. Then they have, let's see, this one is the chocolate, so it has cocoa in it, or cacao in it. It has apple fiber, rice bran, soy fiber. It has organic quinoa, organic millet, organic amaranth, radish sprout, alfalfa sprout, broccoli sprout. It has pumpkin, pomegranate, spirulina, yucca, mushroom, all sorts of good stuff. So this is the base that I use, and then I'll put in a handful of spinach. I'll put in, yes, yucca. Excuse me, I keep burping. I'll put in a handful of spinach. I'll put in oat milk sometimes. I make my own oat milk. Usually it's just water, spinach, sometimes about this much of a banana, so about 1 inch of banana, and then coconut oil, chia seeds, flax seeds. It depends on what I'm in the mood for that day. Yesterday I made an apple pie, so it was apples and then the vanilla complete powder, cinnamon, usually I put spinach in it. That one I used a milk base, and it tastes like an apple pie, but you have all of that good stuff in it. So that's what the shake. So it's 2 of these a day, whatever blend you want to do, or you can just do the regular by itself in milk or water. I actually really like it in water. I think it tastes kind of like the Carnation hot chocolate. If you've ever had the Carnation hot chocolate, it tastes like that. So it's better for you, obviously. It has a lot of good stuff in it. But it tastes like Carnation hot chocolate when you make it with water. So I was really surprised, and I just blend it, again, in my Vitamix when I want to taste it, have it taste like that. Otherwise, I use my shaker bottle. And it's really super smooth. It's really super healthy. Again, as a nursing mom and when I was pregnant, when I would do just the complete by itself, I would also have it with a spinach salad or an apple or a handful of walnuts, and, you know, just kind of beefing it up because I wanted to make sure I was getting enough for me and my baby. And I'm still doing that because I'm nursing. I don't count calories. Somebody else asked me that in, I think it was on Instagram or Snapchat or something. They posted a question, and I don't count calories for counting calories' sake, because if you're eating good foods, whole foods, not processed foods, generally you can't really eat too much of them. There's a lot of science done about fruits and vegetables and just how eating that much of it is just good for you. So I count calories to make sure I'm eating enough calories to sustain myself and my daughter. So it's really interesting because I have a friend trying to lose weight. She struggled most of her life, like I have, and I lost 65 pounds before I got pregnant. And so when I told her that, she goes, "Oh, well, are you counting calories? What are you doing?" And I said, I do these 4 things. It's just these 4 really simple things. And she goes, "Oh, well, I'm counting calories." And the other day she posted and she was like, "Oh, I don't have any more calories left, so I'm just chewing gum." And I just, like, probably the color went out of my face. It was just horrible for me to look at this post of this woman that I've known a good portion of my life and see that she's starving herself. She's not giving herself the nutrients she needs. So it's just really sad to me. But, you know, she'll come around eventually and understand whole food. So the next thing that I've been doing, because now I have my 2 bags of lettuce all prepped and cut, and then I'll do probably 2 bags of spinach as well, and so that they're already rinsed and done. I cut my finger. You can't really see it, but I cut my finger. That's why I keep looking at it, because these are really, really sharp, because somebody likes to keep them very, very sharp. So I am now going to start doing my jam, and I don't call it jelly because it's not jelly. I don't put pectin in it, and it's not it's not preserves, because I don't preserve them. Hello, welcome. This is probably going to be like a 30-minute Periscope, so grab yourself, you know, some water and a snack and come sit down and join me, because we're in my kitchen cooking right now. Well, prepping food to cook right now. All right, so I'm going to take dates. Dates are super good for you, and they look kind of like a poop. I've seen a lot of those because I have a toddler, but dates are super, super good for you. Eat 2 of them a day. They have a lot of potassium. They aren't as, the sugar in them isn't as hard for your body to process as other fruits. Just all sorts of things. Again, I could do another scope on that. Dates are amazing. So I take dates, and that's how I sweeten it. I don't use, I'm just going to use a skillet like this. This one doesn't have a lid, so I'm going to have to use, I don't know, something. But I will take probably 14 dates and make sure the pit isn't in them, because when you put it in the blender, once it's all done, it'll make a lot of noise. And the Vitamix can actually blend up the date pits, and so you end up with kind of chunks of date pit, and you go to bite something and it's just, yeah, it's kind of gross. So I take out all the pits, obviously, and I'm gonna do, let's see, there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this one has a pit in it. And I'll show you what the pits look like. Are you making like, oh. No, I'm actually going to, this is how I make my jam. So it's going to be the actual strawberry jam that I would put in like a sandwich or a roll or eat with peanut butter. Yeah, that's what I'm making, and it has 4 ingredients. Really, I should say 3, because yeah, strawberry, dates, and then, so I do about 14 dates, depending on how much I want to make and how many of the strawberries I want to use. So strawberry and dates, the dates are going to make it sweet. Sometimes I add honey, so that would be a 5th ingredient. So it's strawberry, dates, chia seeds, water, and sometimes honey. Let me go rinse off my hands real quick. I will say you do need a blender to be able to make this jam. It's not freezer jam because that also has sugar in it, and I don't use sugar. Like I said before, we don't eat high processed white sugar anymore. I don't even have it in my house. What do you put the jam on? Oh, sprouted toast. If you've ever had Ezekiel bread, it's not an actual bread. It's sprouted like seeds, and so it's gluten-free. If I make a bread on my own, I'll put it on that. I put it on, oh gosh, you can mix it up with Greek yogurt and eat it on like apples and with bananas, and you can use it like as a dip. It's really good. So we just got strawberries, the big old thing of strawberries, and I don't do a really rough chop on the strawberries. I just kind of chop them in to quarters or halves even. And I just try to make an even layer. So if I use 14 dates, then I fill up the rest of the bottom of that skillet that I showed you with strawberries. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just gonna cut off the greens. Now, if I put strawberries in my smoothies, I will tell you that I leave the greens on because I'm a big fan of greens, but I don't like the taste that they give my jam. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I just cut the greens off, cut them in half, and yeah. The taste in the jam, I don't know, it gives it a weird flavor, but if I'm putting them in a smoothie, I just rinse everything off and put the greens in. So, what I'm gonna do after I chop all these up and get them into the skillet is I will put a little bit of water so that it doesn't, that's where the water comes in. So it's really not an ingredient, it's just a little bit of filtered water to make sure that nothing sticks because I am using a nonstick pan. At this point, I have contemplated, welcome, this is kind of a long scope, so if you're interested in the food prep that I'm doing, I'm answering questions about how we eat and about how I prep food. Right now, I'm cutting up my strawberries because I'm making jam in the middle of all of this prepping. I'm making strawberry jam, so. All right, so right now I should show you. Let me see if I can get my phone. I have it set up in my kitchen cabinet, just sitting there connected to the charger. So I've got this guy, these strawberries going in. I've almost got enough that it's almost covering the whole thing, which is great. Yeah, there. And we still have quite a few. We got 2 containers from Costco, and we're already through one of them because my son loves strawberries, and strawberries are just really good. They actually have a lot of vitamin C in them. So if you're looking for vitamin C, do make lunch for your husband. I do try. Sometimes he remembers to take it, sometimes he doesn't. Usually I'll have him take something that is like leftovers from dinner, so that we're getting that out. When you look at my meal plan, when I've showed it before, Sunday is always our leftover day. So like tonight when did I make that chili? I think I made chili Friday. I started it Thursday so that we could have it Friday. And so tonight we had chili nachos, which it was just over corn chips and had Greek yogurt. And so that's been kind of what we do on Sundays if I don't get him to take all of it to work with him for lunch. Otherwise, one of the reasons that I chop up peppers is for him to be able to take with him to work so that he has a snack. He's in real estate, so he's always on the go and he's always doing stuff, so I want to make sure that he has something that's really quick and easy. One of the other things that I have done for him in the past, and I haven't done it recently since the baby was born because I just haven't had that much time, I made him a few times the overnight oats, if you've heard of those. The oats that you put in the fridge, you basically just layer them with whatever you want to put in and put in whatever liquid. Excuse me. And then you put it in the, which brand of oats? You know, I like, yeah, Steel Cut. I like Steel Cut a lot. I like the Bob's Red Mill. They have a really good Steel Cut. There's a Steel Cut that you can get. It's, I'll have to pull the bag out, but it's actually found, it's a European brand, and it's all organically grown and that kind of stuff, but you find it at like 99-cent stores and dollar stores and stuff like that around here. It's really interesting. I was like, how can you get such a good like non-GMO organic product from Europe, but it's at a dollar store? So it was just kind of interesting when I first started reading the package. That was one of the other things that I did. I started reading the packaging on everything. So it was kind of eye-opening to see how many things had sugar in them, how many things had just processed weird stuff in them. So I think we have enough now. I don't know if you can see it. How do you make the overnight oats? Oh, I'll tell you that in a second. So that's what the skillet looks like. You've got all the dates and then you've got strawberries. And then what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of water. So we use a pitcher. So I'll add just a little bit of water. I can't show you how much, but it's enough to just cover the bottom. And then because I use the stainless steel pots and pans, I don't use super high heat. And I don't want to break down any of the good stuff anyway. So I'm going to put it on between low and medium to just get it to bubble a little bit. You want just a little bit of bubble, and then take it off, because what I'm looking for is the strawberries to get softer and for the dates to get softer. And that's all I need. I don't need it to be on for hours. I don't need it to marinate, because we're not trying to melt anything like sugar. We're not trying to get anything to congeal or anything. I'm seriously going to take it from the pan and put it in my Vitamix, blend it, and that's when you put the chia seeds in, and then put it in a jar and put it in the fridge. And I let it sit overnight to let the chia seeds do what they need to do, and that's it. That's all you do. So it's a fairly simple jam to do. You just have to cut strawberries. So now that the strawberries are all cut up and my jam is started, let's see. Right? The first time I saw somebody start doing it, I was like, it can't be that easy. There has to be a catch. No catch. Really, no catch. It's that easy. It takes just long enough for it to start and simmer. And I've actually forgotten that I had it on the stove once, because I just covered it and took it off. And I think this was before the baby was born. But I came back and all of the dates, everything was just so soft that when I put it in the blender, it was just a couple seconds and it was just done. And it was really, really good. So forgetting about it's okay. So if you're busy, like me, with a lot going on, because I work from home, I've got the 2 kids, my husband is super busy, so we're always just, I'm trying to find things that are going to make things just easier for us, make it simple, but not, if it weren't so easy, I wouldn't do it, because it would just take up too much time in my day. And when I look at making things for my family from scratch instead of going out and buying just a really good brand, I want to make sure that my time that is super valuable to me and my kids and my husband is going to be used correctly and is going to be valued that way. So there's, sorry, these are huge carrots. I don't know if you saw them when I pulled them out. I'm going to scrub them real quick, but they're pretty big. That's a big carrot. When I make meat, I usually try to grab whole chickens, and I'll make chicken, sometimes lamb. I haven't ventured into lamb a lot. I guess it just has a stigma of being hard to cook. I don't know. I'll do chicken. We do a lot of whole chickens if we're gonna do meat because I like to use everything. Seafood, we do eat like tuna or I like salmon. My husband's not big on seafood, so he doesn't eat a lot of it, so we just don't have it around. I like salmon, I like shrimp. It's just hard to find responsibly farmed or fished seafood anymore, so it's one of those, I want to make sure that it's not damaging the ocean because we need the ocean. It's important to the world. So when I do eat meat, we do a lot of chicken. But we do mostly whole chickens instead of packaged like chicken breast or anything like that because I like to also make chicken broth. If I'm going to use a chicken, I'm going to use all the meat and I'm going to use the bones and I'm going to do all of that. I used to make a lot of chicken broth when we were eating more meat. So it was just around for soups and it was around for just roasting things that needed a little bit of liquid. I had just jars and jars of it. I have looked at, and I have done a couple times, vegetable broth, but I feel like once I had the baby, it was just one of those things that went further down on the list of things. I started making peanut butter because Costco stopped carrying their natural peanut butter. So it was out of necessity. But I might start doing vegetable broth again. I don't know that I will. I was composting because I garden in containers, but we'll see. I'm not quite sure. I would definitely probably get a tower garden if I was going to start gardening again. Let me wash these real quick. And I do not peel my carrots. I don't peel potatoes. I don't peel my carrots. I don't cut the peel off of anything. Thoughts on supplements? Oh, that could be a whole other Periscope. I feel the same way about supplements and vitamins. So vitamins, pardon the bluntness, but I feel like you're buying really expensive pee if you are buying vitamins because your body can't absorb it all. And there are studies that show x-rays of people's colons that still have vitamins in them because the body can't process it. If you're going to take something, we take Juice Plus. We use the shake mix. You might be able to hear it. Sorry, I just heard that my strawberries were starting to make noise over here. And it really is that quick. I turned it on when I said I'm going to put it on between low and medium, and that's how long it took for it to get to a heated point. Now I am going to cover this and let it sit for just a minute because I don't want to make you deaf by using vitamins. So we take Juice Plus. I am a science-minded person and I want to see research on anything that I'm going to put in my body or my kids' and husband's body. And so when I started looking at, okay, I know that we need to eat more fruits and vegetables. We eat a lot anyway, obviously. But when I started looking at that, I was like, it needs to be something that's whole. It needs to be something that's NSA certified or NSF certified. NSF certifies what's in the product. They do all sorts of different stuff. It needs to be something that is just going to do... NSF is a third-party group that certifies everything from like the products in cars, like the foam and stuff that are in car seats, to foods. So if you have an NSF certification, like, what does it stand for? I cannot remember. My brain is a little bit full at the moment, and I'm only almost 3 months postpartum. So my brain's still... If you look it up, it's on, like, Google is my best friend. It's on there. I just can't, off the top of my head, remember what it stands for. It's the National something. But, yeah, they are a third-party group, and they're not paid by a company. You can't pay them to actually, like, review your products. Back to supplements, exactly. So, I want something that has a lot of research behind it. I want something that has been proven to do what it says it does. I want something that's not going to affect my immune system in a negative way. So when you're taking a supplement and it says boosts immune system, well, what does that mean? Does it mean that your immune system, does it hamper T cells? Does it hamper B cells? Does it encourage T cells? What does it do exactly? I want to see research on that. So Juice Plus is, you can't find it in big box stores because they want to make sure that the quality that they have stays really good, as well as keeping the prices down. So I actually went to Sprouts and I looked at all of their supplements and what I would need to buy to be able to get what I get out of Juice Plus. And believe me, I would have been spending a ton of money. And your body, so your body can't process or absorb as much of the nutrient, the vitamin, the mineral, whatever it is, as you're putting into it if it doesn't have the other vitamins and minerals that it would be paired with in nature. So this carrot, for instance, has 10,000 vitamins and minerals in it. Okay, 10,000, that's a lot. If I want just the beta carotene and I take a beta carotene supplement, my body goes, where's the rest of my vitamins? Where's the rest of my minerals? Where's the stuff that helps me process this and know what to do with it? Hello! Welcome to my Periscope. I am just prepping and answering questions. So any questions you have, you can put out there. Hopefully I will look up in time. I am trying to cut and look up every so often. But yeah, back to supplements. So if you're taking a supplement, say a calcium supplement, well, your body is now going to look for the amount that it needs to be able to absorb the amount that you're taking. So you're going to take 5,000 UC, can't remember, pill of calcium. You take, most pregnant women take one. Well, now you need vitamin D and you need iron and you need, so you're starting to put all of this stuff on top of, eat some real food and make sure, because Juice Plus, I'm eating while I'm talking, I'm so sorry. Juice Plus isn't a supplement and it's not a vitamin. It's just whole foods. So if you're going to eat something to help yourself get more of the fruits and vegetables and vitamins, eat something that's whole foods. And not just a vitamin that has like 30 vitamins in it that are super extreme amounts. That's how I feel about supplements. I'm not sold on supplements, because what are they supplementing? Are they absorbed into the bloodstream? Again, I go back to the research. I wanted to be a marine biologist, so I'm like, hey, I want to see your papers. I want to see your paperwork. I want to see exactly what you've done. And I want to make sure that it's a supplement or it's something that has been around for a while. Like a lot of these companies, they've been around for a couple years. There's one of my friends, she was like, oh, it's been around for 3 years. And I was like, 3 years? So has my son, and he doesn't know very much. I mean, he's a smart kid, but 3 years, when you think about it, for a company, isn't a whole lot, especially if they're trying to do research. Because, let's be honest, if you're going to get really good research done, it's going to take you probably a couple decades. So, that's my feeling on supplements. I am currently cutting those giant carrots, and I'm slicing them up for my dinners. I will wash and prep a couple carrots that I can just grab for snacks in a minute. But I'm just cutting them up. I'm cutting the bigger, thicker portions in half and then just chopping them into slices so that they cook quickly. And my philosophy on cooking is it shouldn't take you that long to cook things. And if you cut things in pieces that are fairly the same size, they'll all cook evenly, they'll cook pretty quickly, and you can sit down and enjoy your food with your family. Because food, I tell this to my friends, recipes you want to try. Oh, there's a lot that I want to try. Let's see. I want to try a good ratatouille. I haven't found a ratatouille recipe that I want. Oh, My thought. I tell this to my friends. Most of my friends, if you were to talk to them, they would tell you that I am kind of the mom of our friend group. I always am. We used to have people over here every Friday night after F&M, and I would just cook for them because food is love, and that's how we express a lot of love to people. When you go to your grandma's house, if you have a grandma, if you don't, I'm very sorry, or if you have a loving grandma, most of the time she'll say what? She'll go, "Oh, honey, have you eaten yet?" That's my grandma, every time. "Have you guys eaten yet? What do you want to eat? Oh, do you need something to eat? Would you like a drink?" That's grandmas. That's how they are. That's how they express their care for you. And that's how it's been for years. So I just feel like food really is a way that we show people love. So if you're going to show people love, why not show them love while you're actually talking to them? Not requiring them to stand in the kitchen with your back to them talking because you're trying to cook this big meal that takes 3 hours to cook. I'm not knocking Thanksgiving because I love Thanksgiving food, but I'd rather cut things smaller, have them cook more quickly, and then be able to eat with my friends and my family and enjoy that time together, because more stuff happens at the kitchen table than it does when you're standing at the stove. So what was the question that you asked? Oh, recipes. Recipes I want to try. A good ratatouille. I want to find one that I can make quickly for my family. Other recipes. There have been quite a few. You probably saw them on your Facebook. Your friends probably posted them. Avocado dressing recipes. And every time I've tried them, they've been super thick. So I'm trying to find one that I like that isn't too much oil, because avocados have really good oil and fats in them anyway. Yes, avocado dressing for like salads, or even if you were to, you can marinate things in them. Not heard of it. Okay, so you take an avocado. The one that I saw was avocado, lemon, olive oil, and then spices. So it just ended up super thick, and it was still good on the salad. It was just more of a dip. So I ended up taking my salad, like my fork, and just dipping the leaves in it. So I want to find a better recipe, and I might actually try one with coconut oil, because, you know, yeah, it was thick but good, exactly. And I might do coconut oil because, you know, it's thinner than olive oil, but we'll see. Other recipes I want to try. I'm trying to find a good way to use gluten-free flour. Guac on your salad. That's, yes, my guac. I make guac quite a bit. We eat avocado on our eggs in the morning. If we make scrambled eggs, we'll eat avocado. I'll just take it and skin it and then crush some garlic into it. And then, what else do I put in there? Usually pepper. And I'll just eat that just by itself. It's really good. So, yeah, coconut flour. So I got some Bob's Red Mill flour to work with. And I just feel like we've tried to make pancakes with it, and they stick. Even with putting the coconut oil in the pancake mix. So, yeah. Do you like cilantro? Putting that and some lemon or lime in an avocado dressing is yummy. Yeah, I love cilantro. Actually, cilantro is super good for you. Parsley and cilantro are amazing for your blood. And I love that. I just, until I figure out the consistency, putting that into it, I don't want to overdo something and then have the taste be off. So I've been trying to, because, you know, cilantro can be a little bit tricky if it's a really good plant. Coconut flour desserts. I haven't. I know I follow a few people on YouTube, some YouTubers that are cooks that do vegan and gluten-free. So I haven't tried those desserts yet. Do you need me? Oh, okay. So I have been talking to you guys for a while now, and apparently my little girl needs me. So I have prepped, I've got my lettuce prepped, my carrots prepped. I started the jam. That'll go in and it'll be just a couple minutes. Thanks. It's been super fun. Thanks for all the hearts. I know I'll have some replay people. And I know that if you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram, Manda D Panda, that's me, and ask me questions there. And I usually link to recipes to things that I post on my blog, and that's harmonyinthestitches.blogspot.com. I may be moving at some point, but right now that's where it's at. So all of my recipes, I'm going to be starting. I like to do interactive questions too. I feel like the shorter ones that I do, I don't get to talk a lot to people, so I like interactive. Good night, thank you, and I will talk to you guys soon. Probably do another one on Wednesday with how we're going, just to keep us accountable. So have a great day. Know that you're appreciated and that we totally and utterly love spending time with you. Have a great night. Bye.